Sony debuted the State of Play, its first stab at a Nintendo Direct-style presentation, so we figured this would be a great time to take a look at the state of every Sony first-party studio. So we're not going to be talking about third parties Sony has deals with, Insomniac and Kojima Productions. We're looking at you. But seriously, if you have any Spider-Man 2 news, please just let me know. I really want to know about that game. Anyway, let's jump into where each studio stands, its last fully released project, as well as its current known or rumored project. Okay, so we're starting off easy. Bend Studios' last release was Uncharted Golden Abyss, the Nathan Drake prequel that debuted alongside the PlayStation Vita's launch in 2011 in Japan and 2012 in North America. They also helped co-develop Uncharted Fight for Fortune, the card-based Vita game in the Uncharted franchise, in 2012. The developers of Siphon Filter have since been working to produce Days Gone, a battle against the zombie-like freakers in the Pacific Northwest. Though it debuted first at E3 2016, we won't have to wait long to actually see it. Days Gone comes to PS4 on April 26th.
What did you do? Everything that mattered was gone.
After making the Killzone series to various states of critical success throughout the years, Guerrilla wowed us all with Horizon Zero Dawn, which finally answered the question we've all been asking. What would it be like to meticulously pick apart the pieces of a robot dinosaur to find out their hidden secrets? I've often asked myself that. But anyway, after its debut in 2017, Horizon saw a Guerrilla-developed expansion in the Frozen Wilds, which released toward the end of 2017. Since then, Guerrilla has remained quiet about its future plans, other than sharing its Decima engine with Kojima Productions for Death Stranding. But come on, we all know they're making Horizon 1 Dawn next. Sony's Japan studio has produced a lot, either itself or in conjunction with other devs, in just the lifespan of the PS4. From the man, the myth, the legend Knack himself, to The Last Guardian, to PSVR Breakout Astrobot Rescue Mission. With a few teams working simultaneously, Japan Studio has been quite prolific, and while we don't know too much about the studio's future plans, I wouldn't expect that to stop. For now, we know they're co-developing Everybody's Golf VR with clap hands. The house that built SingStar, London studio, has moved on from the karaoke ways of the early 2000s and into the VR worlds of the, well, still pretty early 2000s. But after producing PlayStation VR Worlds for PSVR, London studio has since been working on the pretty cool looking Blood and Truth, and now we finally know that game is coming out in 2019 and you won't have to wait long to actually play it. Ready for vengeance, ready for war, ready for anything, ready for more. My English gangster, I'm telling you, sure. Sony started Manchester Studio in 2015, formerly under the name Northwest Studio for PSVR development. However, we haven't quite seen a proper release from them just yet. But with PSVR continuing to be such a big push for Sony, hopefully we'll start to see what they're up to soon. Dreams is finally being released. I can't believe I actually get to say that, but after years of Dream release and beta release years being pushed, the Little Big Planet developers' even more ambitious creation suite is entering early access this spring.
That need to make something again. We'll make it. Me and you.
Look, you don't need to give me excuses to talk about Crash Bandicoot, but his creators Naughty Dog are obviously one of the most watched studios by Sony fans. So it's a safe bet that you're already aware that Naughty Dog is hard at work on The Last of Us Part 2, following Uncharted Lost Legacy's 2017 release. When will this long-awaited sequel come out? I don't really know, but I'm willing to wait until Naughty Dog thinks Part 2 can truly live up to their masterwork The Last of Us.
I'm gonna find, and I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
Another relatively new addition to the Sony first-party family, Pixelopus joined in 2014 with Entwined, the studio's debut game launching that year. We learned about their current game Concrete Genie back in 2017, and since early last year, Sony has slated that unique drawing-based action game for an early 2019 release, but it's actually been pushed to fall 2019. Gran Turismo has been a mainstay of Sony's first-party output, and that remains true through to the PS4, which saw Polyphony's Gran Turismo Sport in 2017. We haven't seen another game announced from Polyphony since, but the devs continue to update GT Sport. And chances are, whenever Polyphony announces a new game, Gran Turismo will probably be in the title. Sony San Diego has been a solid hitter for PlayStation's first-party output, producing the yearly MLB The Show series. MLB The Show 19 is now just out for release, so there's a good chance that San Diego will also produce MLB The Show 20, unless all life on Earth forgets that baseball exists, but then we probably have really bigger things to worry about. Boy, you better know the name Sony Santa Monica because they produced IGN's best game of 2018, God of War. The emotionally impactful and fun as hell to play adventure matured Kratos, a familiar PlayStation icon, giving him depth we never really expected. Given God of War's many Game of the Year awards, we're all pretty much expecting a sequel to be made at some point, even if Santa Monica hasn't confirmed one just yet. But also given how long the studio worked on God of War and the presumed several more years they'll work on that franchise, I wouldn't be shocked to see a different, maybe smaller project come out of them in the interim.
So I'm a man now. Like you?
No. We are not men. We are more than that.
From a thieving raccoon to an electrically charged super or anti-hero to feudal Japan, Sucker Punch has had quite the eclectic development history. Sucker Punch bridged the gap from PS3 to PS4 with the Infamous franchise, releasing Second Son and Infamous First Light on PS4. But the studio's latest, Ghost of Tsushima, was first revealed in 2017 and is tentatively planned for release on PS4 sometime in the future. So that's a wrap on Sony's first-party studios. Obviously, as we are on the precipice of a generation change, it's very likely we could learn much more about the announced and rumor titles coming from PlayStation pretty soon. Oh, but one more thing. Sony has another team apparently being built up right now. We definitely know a few members of the team include former Naughty Dog staffers as well as developers from other major games. Sony has yet to properly announce this team, and we don't know quite yet what they're working on, but rumors abound that they're collaborating with Naughty Dog on the future of Uncharted. Should that be the case, we'll of course be sure to tell you everything we learn about them and all of Sony's other first parties right here on IGN.